cannot say personal motivation. I was in Thailand for another project, but when I made this project, I always saw European men coming there looking for Thai women, and I asked me what they are really searching there. What's the really motivation to search, and what on the other hand Thai women found when they have a relationship, for example, with this European man, with this German man, and this was for me the starting point to have an idea and to want to do a theater project on this. Yeah. And then I asked you, and you said immediately, yes, I also want to do it. Yeah,
because of like, actually, it means that you experience a lot when you live in Thailand. Right? I mean, say this kind of couple, and also like you know the prejudice of like of this issue. And for me, I think that it's a good opportunity to investigating in the issue, especially for the difference between like Thai and German. It's not only the it's not only the issue itself, but it also like how we understand each other by our body. I think like our body, right, can communicate a lot, or even like you have to accept one thing that, I mean, say, for the contemporary society of our globalization, actually we use, even like, for sure we have like a language barrier, right? But when we work in this project, we also use English.
Right? That's we let's say our working language was English. And when I made the interview with Thai women working are together with European men or working in the sex business, they also speak an English, but a very basic English, and we recognize that this basic English is something like a global language, because everybody can understand it, because it's very pure and very direct, a very direct language which attracts us. So I think that's perhaps we will work with subtitles or something like this. But I think also this basic English is functions that everybody perhaps can understand it.
And I can add on more, right? That is like I think like body language that it's not universal, but at least we can understand it easily. And I think like this project we use like text and body movement. That I think it can go beyond the barrier. This collaboration is always give a time to work together and to understand each other, right? And for sure, we come from different scene. I mean, because in Thailand we work in the free scene, right? And now we work with the State Theater, which is a very different way or approach of creating the work, right? But one thing that I found is very interesting is like the communication in the rehearsal itself, or the problems or misunderstanding, or is show or is reflect the issue that we work itself also. I mean, it's not only we trying to work on the issue, but also in the rehearsal we can get some material from misunderstanding in the process also, that I think is quite interesting, and how each other can understand.
It's really two different theater languages. Languages, not beside the system, also beside the question of system, but let's say the reason also for the different theater languages that they are two different cultures. So you have so the process is also to understand this culture, to understand for you this European or German culture, and for us to understand this Thai culture and how you think and how you really work. And your let's say what for me is the greatest experience now is that we from our side learn how you work with the body. And I think for you it's very interesting to see how we work with language and with text.
Yeah, that's true.